Okay, so I'm going to kind of go over a little bit about the first stage, the idealization, the love bombing phase. When I met the narcissist, it was, God, 14 years ago. And he just talked to me. He came and, did really nice things, talked about how we're at the age where we need to settle down, which, is true. I was already, right about 40, or just about 40, and I really, really wanted someone that would be with me for the rest of my life. He paid a lot of attention, listened to what my, struggles were, past experiences. Yeah, we got pretty intimate, and I'm not going to say that that wasn't amazing, but yes. I missed, and I'm a touchy-feely person. I'm a very empathetic person. So I feel other people's emotions, and I feel connected to them, and I always want to help. And so, we would have really nice, meals together. We'd sit and talk for hours and hours and hours. And he always made comments about, I really need to settle down. I could never find the right person. Just paid me a lot of attention. Text me all day and night, and just kind of seemed to go overboard just to want to spend time with me. And so it really made me feel special. And I guess that's kind of the love bombing. And you'll see that through the cycle, because as they go through the different cycles, this is always where he came back. So recently, I'm not going to go over everything. I'm just going to go over a little bit, just kind of the love bombing phase. After I found that he was cheating on me, suddenly he brings home flowers the next day. Do you think he's ever brought me flowers before? No. Do you think he's ever really... He has done... I'm not going to say he's never brought me anything. Because like when he worked at a local retailer at a nearby mall, he would bring home stuff. He would see a really cute shirt or something and bring it home and buy it for me. But then he started adding things like, hey, I bought this for you. Why don't you go buy me something? Oh. He's like, oh, why don't you go run to Nike and get me a pair of, size whatever. I would love those. It's like, wait a minute, you just bought me a $5 clearance t-shirt and you want me to go buy you a $75 pair of, and that's not even $79, that's what the coupons do. Pair of Nikes at the Nike outlet an hour away? And yes, but again, initially I thought it was love bombing. So he was, bringing me stuff, listening to me, talking about family, trying to even relate, like, oh my God, my mom did the same thing. I know exactly how you feel. And this is even kind of going into different weaknesses that he goes, oh, well, your daughter did this, or your mother did this, or your father did this, or your neighbor did that. Is that what you want? I'm not like that. I'm not going to be like that. So he's going to use that information against you later. So be very careful. To me, that's a really big red flag when that happened. And no matter what, they're going to come back. So after he cheated on me, that went back to that, where he started like texting me, oh, just thinking about you. You're just thinking about where I'm at because you probably have your girlfriend in the parking lot, which was the case. So don't think that there's nothing attached to it. Then he started, because he has his own business, or we got his business started. And so I was doing a lot of I did all of the bookings for all of his business or clients, right? All of that, I did all of it. So one day he texts me and he goes, book this for Saturday at this time. This is kind of the address. So I do the usual thing, confirmation, send out the invoice, the billing. Didn't get an email back. I'm like, that's weird. Clients always email me back. Like, yes, I got it. Can you confirm? Yes, this is, I need this, and this done prior to arrival. Is everything okay? Can you just confirm? Never got a response. So that was a red flag for me, right? He never gave me a phone number, just an email address, a date, and a kind of an address. So then I kind of end up, it's like, this is weird. They never responded. And then he gives me this BS excuse going, the customer didn't pay all the way, so I'm going to go see them again in a few days. What? What do you mean the client didn't pay you? We always get payment. Like, that is so weird. So I was like, that is weird. So then I drive by I send a bill to the clients. Didn't hear anything back. And then I drive by there because he told me what was going on. He said he was going to be detailing this car and where the car was. So I looked and I went to the, kind of the address. And I realized at that address it doesn't have the car. Down the street, a few houses had the car that he described. And I was like, this boy gave me the wrong address and the wrong email to throw me off, that this is probably the side piece. So I kind of figured that out. That wasn't too hard, especially when he's like, oh, I'm going to have to go back again. I was like, and then I was like, oh, well, I'll just stop by because, I'm on that side of town, or I'll just stop by and do the billing, since they do all the billing anyways. And he's like, no, I got it handled. I'm like, really? Because I do all the other ones for all your other customers. Like, this is really odd. So then, the flowers come again, and then he's like, let's go to Costco, and, what do you want? Do you want steak? Do you want, let's stop and get something to eat. Do you want me to get you In-N-Out? I'm going to get In-N-Out burger. I'm like, that's weird. That's him, again, trying to say that he wants to be part of a relationship that he doesn't even want to be part of. So that's part of the love bombing part. And you're going to see it. He's quickly going to, want to move in. He's going to quickly want to become part of the family. But in reality, he just wants to have control over your life. He doesn't probably even want to be with you. He may want to be with the idea of you, but he doesn't want to be with just you. And I learned that, and that was really hard for me. And it's still really, really hard for me because I gave my all. I put 100% of me into this relationship because I thought this was it, and it wasn't. And it hurt, especially knowing that he continued to cheat and the way he continued to treat me, knowing that I gave 100%, if not more, to him. Cooked, cleaned, did his laundry. He did nothing. Like, he didn't even have to take out the garbage or mow the lawn. Like, I paid all the bills, did everything around the house, other than occasionally he did do his own laundry. Because he likes his laundry done a certain way, doesn't want certain smells, wants other smells, but he has no problem coming home smelling like another woman. So that was hard because, I cooked all the meals, like I said. I did all of the food. He did buy the food, which kind of like, hey, part of the love bombing. Like, hey, I bought this steak for you. This looks really good. Let's have steak and potatoes tonight or something. It's like, my favorite. Or let's have, chili verde. Or let's have, he likes birria. So, like, let's make some birria. And I'm like, sure, I'd love to make birria. And I realized that that's just his way of trying to gain control again when I start pulling away. So be really careful because they're going to use the love bombing stage to get control. It's kind of like the honeymoon stage. And they're going to continue to use that to get control. And they want you to put them on a pedestal, like, and praise them. And that was his excuse for cheating on me the first time, or first few times. He's all, oh, it's my self-esteem. I didn't feel I had the self-esteem, or I want to practice, or whatever. I'm like, dude, really? You've slept with like half the people out here in this town, apparently, in the last few months. I'm good. I think I'm going to pass, right? And then it starts again, and then, he's back trying to let me know that he's, wanting to be with me, which I think he just wants to be the idea of what I offer, but not really with me. And it's like, I had to accept that. And it was really hard for me to accept. It's like, what don't I have to offer? But what it is I don't allow him to control me. And that's what he wants the most, is he wants a puppet. He doesn't want someone who necessarily loves him. He wants a puppet, someone he control, who'll do what he wants to do and let him do what he wants to do. And I'm not going to allow that anymore. So love bombing is a way of trying to have you break down your guard and have you fall in love with them, which is great if it wasn't a narcissist. And once you see the red flags, you'll understand. It's not a good situation with a narcissist. And it was really hard because every time we go through the cycle, he comes back into the flat. I'm like, hey, just filled out my freezer with $300 worth of groceries from Costco. Do I need $300 worth of groceries? No. Like, really, do I look like, yeah, no, I'm not. Plus, I cook my own food. So it's like, I don't need $300. Like, one steak's going to last me 3 days. Like, I don't need $300. But he did that to charge a symbol of his appreciation and a symbol of wanting to be in a relationship. But to me, a symbol would be your commitment. You not being intimate with another woman. You not having an emotional relationship with another woman. To me, that is complete love. And that's complete commitment, and that's loyalty, and that's what I wanted. So just be careful because he's going to use those little weaknesses, and he'll love to throw, children or moms or dads, uncles, moving set, whatever your insecurities are and your problems, you're going to hear it come back. And he's going to use that against you to gain control. Or a female. But in my case, again, I'm just talking about my relationship and how he used it to gain control over me and to try to shower me with love. And so love bombing is really hard because then you're like, oh my God, we're back in stage 1. We're back in the honeymoon stage. Oh, maybe he really does love me. He doesn't. He loves the idea. If it's a true narcissist. Now, I'm not going to say everyone's a narcissist. Again, I'm just explaining my relationship with my narcissist, which I truly love. And it's very hard for me. But when you're in there, just remember that you can get out. But you have to look past the love bombing. Because once you've gone through the cycle a few times, the love bombing is a way to gain control and allow you to do everything you were doing before and allow him to be his poor ass excuse of a man. And it's going to be really difficult and really hard to get through. But please, when they're showering you, like, you brought me 2 plants, 2 flowers, arrangements. Yeah, he did. And then he went through and put new tires and rims on my car. Yes, he did. Yeah, but it's not okay to cheat on me. I'm sorry. Bye, Felicia. So, apparently he thinks that's the way. And then, he did, I don't remember, he did something else. And I guess that's supposed to be a token of his, love. But what's not? I was like, he can't even tell me he loves me after 7 years, or technically 14 years ago when we met. And it's like, we're not going anywhere. I know I don't love you. I know you don't love me, because otherwise you wouldn't treat me this way. I deserve better. I am better. But again, those big gifts and, bringing me home. He was, I don't know where he went, Walmart or something. He came back with In-N-Out Burger. And, the whole works, like cheeseburger, fries, milkshake, all of it. I was like, something's out. Like, that's a red flag. Like, red flag. I can see the red flag. So I knew that was something up. So just keep that in mind. The love bombing is very overwhelming. It's a way to gain control. At least that's how he did it in my relationship. It's a way of gaining power. And to try to wheel me in like everything's going to be okay. And everything's exactly how you want it. And I want to be with you. And I want to make this work. And it's like, I've done this with you for 7 years. I'm done. I'm no longer in love. And he can keep bombing me. But, he's still not taking out the garbage. Nope. He did do laundry. Like, he washed a set of towels for the first time in 7 years. So, I guess that's supposed to be a grand gesture. To me, it's like, you're a freaking man in your 40s. You're almost 50. You finally did a load of laundry. If you finally did a load of towels. Am I supposed to kiss your feet? Like, please. It's not okay to treat me the way you did. So that's what love bombing is. It's trying to be exactly who you said you wanted them to be. And it's not going to last. I know for sure that this isn't going to last. So I'm taking the steps, which I will disclose in later videos. But since it is an open YouTube page, I'm not going to go into a whole lot of that detail right now. As it happens, I will discuss different stuff and ways that I've gone through to make this work and how I'm going to make this work and how I'm going to survive this. But just keep that in mind with love bombing. That's exactly what it is. We got this. I got this. We're going to survive.